Kenya Moore quit. She was not fired as reported earlier this week. Exclusively from the Jasmine Brand, they have information. Kenya is the one who walked away. She was not happy with how Bravo was handling the situation. Like I said in my last video, I got the feeling Kenya felt Bravo was favoring Brit Eady, or that maybe Bravo was just trying to find a way to let Kenya go, which doesn't make sense. But let's quickly read this article from the Jasmine Brand. They say, exclusive, Kenya Moore was not fired or suspended from Real Housewives of Atlanta, allegedly left over handling of threats from newcomer Brit Eady. Kenya Moore's departure from the Real Housewives of Atlanta has stirred up new details the Jasmine Brand has exclusively learned. Sources close to production tell us that the incident involving newcomer Brit Eady was pivotal in Kenya Moore leaving the franchise. So she left, according to the Jasmine Brand and the people they talked to. And I think Kenya alluded to that, right? That all these false narratives that people are running away with, that there was never any suspension. As I said in my video, Kenya kept denying. Kenya kept on saying, I never showed any nudes. I'm not suspended. Anyway, so let's continue. They go on to say, during her filmed hair spa grand opening, Kenya Moore allegedly had an altercation with Brit Eady, who was accused of making threats involving a firearm earlier in shooting, which Brit Eady denied, right? And Bravo denied. Also, you need to watch my last video because there's more details in that video. We learned from page 6 and Radar Online, they spoke to some people who were in attendance. They said Brit Eady threatened Kenya Moore. Bravo denied, saying there was never any firearm when we were there. But Kenya says she was threatened. Anyway, so they said in return, I'm right here, guys. In return, Moore is accused of showing poster-sized explicit images of Brit Eady at the event. These claims have not been confirmed. Again, Kenya kept on saying, if I showed these graphic images, why isn't anybody showing what I did? Kenya said, I never did it. If I did it, show me where I did it. Watch my last video because I went into that, okay? Anyway, let's continue. Moore's departure allegedly stemmed from her dissatisfaction with how production handled the situation, insiders tell us. So, I said it again, and I saw this coming, that I got the feeling Kenya felt that Bravo was favoring Brit Eady. Right? She's the new girl. Maybe Andy Cohen likes Brit Eady. So the investigation from the start, it's as if they were just doing the investigation when they had already concluded that Kenya was wrong. Regardless of what had transpired, they didn't really care to do the investigation. And maybe they didn't even consult with Kenya. Maybe they just concluded you were wrong. And Kenya was like, wait, what? Are you going to take my side of the story? Isn't that how investigations should go? Anyway, so they go on to say, contrary to earlier reports of her firing, Moore was not officially terminated following her reported suspension. Instead, sources indicate she chose to step away from the show due to disagreements with production over the alleged threats and safety concerns involving Eady. Threats. I mean, if Eady threatened Kenya, Kenya would be the one with safety concerns, I would think. Anyway, what Kenya did, if she did, no one has confirmed or showed anything or proof. There were so many people, and we know we have cameras on our phones, and somehow, mysteriously, nobody captured that moment. Not even production. I mean, they don't have to show us the explicit images. Like I said in my previous video, all they have to show the moment leading to that. In fact, they can blur out the images. And maybe that's the next step Bravo has to do to prove that even though Kenya is denying it, she did it. Right now, what I feel is if Bravo cannot show, they don't have to show us the images once again. They just have to show us the moment where Kenya unveils these images and then blur out the images for us to see what she did. And also what Brit Eady did, okay? Because some people said Brit Eady had a firearm. Bravo says she didn't. The only people we've heard so far say that Brit Eady did not have a firearm, Bravo and Brit herself, Britney. Okay? Anyway, let's continue. Then they say Kenya Moore, Brit Eady. Anyway, on Wednesday, June 26, Kenya Moore took to Instagram to seemingly address her exit, asserting her commitment to thriving in a non-toxic environment and denying any involvement in the alleged display of nudes or revenge porn as suggested in earlier reports. Again, guys, if you haven't watched my last video, you need to watch it because I have details in there. I've gone a little bit further and you will see that I predicted this. I saw this coming. I also feel like Kenya may be saying someone else showed these nudes, not her, but it was quick for them to point fingers at Kenya. Right? And maybe that's why Bravo doesn't have the evidence. It was Kenya who did it. Maybe it was done at Kenya's grand opening, but who did it? Anyway, they go on to show the statement Kenya posted on Wednesday. I read this again in my previous video. She says, so many false claims hiding behind anonymous sources. All this conversation and no facts being reported. If a claim or source was valid, would they need to hide? My life is blessed. Myself and my daughter will continue to thrive in a non-toxic environment where we feel appreciated and most importantly, protected. Thank you, God, for covering us. She went further. She said the rumors and narrative about me randomly showing nudes or revenge P is 1000% untrue. I have proof and will share soon. Okay? And they're basically showing what she posted. Anyway, guys, just like the Jasmine Brand said, do you guys think Kenya was fired or that Kenya quit? And did Kenya quit because she knew she was going to be fired anyway? She saw the inevitable. So she decided to quit rather than being fired, right? What do you guys think? Because, you know, Bravo is not coming out with a statement. Just like when everybody was saying Kenya was suspended, Bravo never confirmed Kenya was suspended. Now, people are saying Kenya is fired. Bravo hasn't talked about Kenya being fired. The last I checked. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But anyway, that's the latest update of what has happened with Kenya. I'm not going to edit this video too much. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe until the next video. Bye.